Hello everyone, this is Toluk Abdurazak. Today I'm going to give a brief introduction to East Turkestan. Agenda. I'm going to cover general profile of East Turkestan, Uyghur people, Islamification of East Turkestan, natural resources of East Turkestan, railroads and the BRI, the Belt and Road Initiative, Uyghur alphabet, Uyghur food, Uyghur hats, and Uyghur dance. Lastly, I'm going to stop by to explain Uyghurs are Central Asian people. Brief profile of East Turkestan. East Turkestan has been an occupied country by China since 1949. It is located at the heart of Asia, covering an area of 1.8 million square kilometers. That is 695,000 square miles. Total population, according to China, is about 25 million by the end of 2018. It shares borders with Kazakhstan, Afghanistan, Tajikistan, Pakistan, India, Tibet, Mongolia, Russia, and China. It has a close cultural, linguistic, and historical connection with Central Asian countries. East Turkestan consists of 1/6 of total China's territory, which is the largest administration region, but consists only 1.7% of China's population. Only about 9.7% of East Turkestan's territory is fit for human inhabitation. It would be the 17th largest country in the world and East Turkestan regained its independence. Starting from 1950, the people of East Turkestan has been struggling to restore independence, maintain cultural identity, and practice religious freedom. Chinese government, however, has been implementing mixture of harsh and soft political tactics to systematically alter people's mind, change their religious beliefs, and eradicate their cultural heritage without much success. Since 2015, according to various reliable sources, China has locked up around 3 million Uyghurs in Nazi-style concentration camps across East Turkestan. Millions of underage Uyghur children have been brainwashed in orphanage centers when their parents are being indoctrinated. 500,000 Uyghurs have been transferred to inner provinces in China to receive further torture. Enforced labor, compulsory abortion, involuntary sterilization, live organ harvesting, government pre-arranged bullying, raping, sponsored torturing, secret assassination, and the summary execution of Uyghurs are widespread across East Turkestan for many, many years. On top of all these, millions of Uyghurs outside the prisons, including their relatives overseas, are under 24/7, 365 round-the-clock high-tech surveillance. Nearly all Uyghurs live under consistent terror of persecution and suffering from psychological pain of losing communications with loved ones. This is not a horror movie. All I listed above has been widely reported by Western governmental organizations, United Nations Human Rights Assembly, human rights organizations in various countries, escapees from China's concentration camps, major media that has not been controlled by China's propaganda machine, and hundreds of Uyghurs on social media. China's genocide act against humanity is a hardcore fact that was eyewitnessed by hundreds of people already. Here's a satellite image of East Turkistan from Google Map. As you can see, in the circle area here, it is East Turkestan. It's located in the center of the Asia. It mainly consists of two parts: Jungarian basin in the north and the Tarim basin in the south. As you can see from the map, on the north you have Russia and Mongolia. In the east you have China and Tibet. In the south you have India and Pakistan. In the west it is Afghanistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Kazakhstan. It's really a vast area covering the 1.8 million square kilometers in the heart of Asia. The well-known historical Silk Road connected the east and the west, ran through the territory from the east to its north, to its northwestern border. Right here, there are actually two roads. One is northern road, the other one is southern road. Goes to the edge of Tarim Basin, which is a separate topic. I mean, the Silk Road is a separate topic. I'm not going to cover it here. Before showing you other slides, let me stop by to show you one horrible picture. This is a picture taken from what Chinese government claimed as a re-education center or vocational training center. China has built hundreds of such concentration camps across East Turkestan, in every town, in every major town. Look at these so-called students' face, their expression. They are supposed to be Muslims. However, they are not allowed to wear beard. They are not allowed to wear Uyghur traditional clothes. They are not allowed to wear hats. They are not allowed to have any communication devices. They are locked up in these re-education center day and night without seeing their children, without even have a chance to talk to their loved ones for months, for years. Look around the fences. Both outside and inside fences, there are military or paramilitary soldiers standing basically on every person's behind. They absolutely lost any kind of freedom. This is happening now, happening in the 21st century, happening when I'm speaking. I try not to get too emotional about seeing this picture, but there are hundreds of, if not thousands of such pictures, photos available on the internet. You probably already see. Let me just show you another picture. This is the On the left upper corner that's the satellite image taken in 2017 about CCP controlled East Turkestan camp, a typical camp. And I also want to show you another picture which was taken in 1940 in Nazi Germany. And the only difference between the old picture which was taken in 1940 and the picture taken in 2017 is that the latter one is in the modernized facility. There is no communication. Even in Nazi Germany, the prisoners were allowed to meet their families. However, these folks here, they cannot even talk to their loved ones. Next, I'm going to show you a picture of the orphanage school. Again, it was taken in 2018 in orphanage school in CCP occupied East Turkestan. And these are on the school age children. They are basically wearing the exact same uniforms and day and night locked in these places to get indoctrinated, to change their mind. They are not allowed to speak their own languages. They are not allowed to follow their own traditional culture. Now, let me show another picture which was taken in 1940, again in Nazi orphanage center. So, to me, there are no differences, except one was happened in 1940, the other one is happening now. I'm going to just stop here. If you are interested, you can click on this link and see hundreds or thousands of pictures like this. You can do a comparison and make the judgment yourself. Who are Uyghurs? Uyghurs are the indigenous people of East Turkestan. The population of Uyghurs in East Turkestan is generally estimated to be around 15 million by reliable international sources. However, there are somewhere between 16 to 35 million Uyghurs in the world based on various Uyghur sources. The most of the Uyghurs reside in Central Asia and Turkey. There are a certain number of people live in Germany, Holland, England, Finland, Norway, Russia, Australia, Japan, United States, and the other parts of the world. My estimate is between 25,000 to 30,000. Historically, Uyghurs are Central Asian and speak Uyghur, which is the branch of the Turk language family derived from Chagatai Turkish. Uyghur culture is an inseparable component of the culture of Central Asia. Their foods, clothing, dwellings, and cultural customs are essentially those of Central Asia. A traveler journeying through Central Asia to East Turkestan would hardly tell any difference between the people of Central Asia and the local inhabitants of East Turkestan. As I said, we were the Turk language speaking Muslims from the Central Asian region with a long history of more than 5,000 years. Islamification of East Turkestan. Distribution of religion in East Turkestan is close to 60% Muslims, 39% atheist. Those are the Han people. 1% Christians and about 1% Buddhists. The majority of East Turkestan population adhere to Sunni Islam of the Hanafi school of jurisprudence of Madhab. The historical area of what is contemporarily East Turkestan consisted of the distinct area of the Tarim Basin and Jungaria, and was originally populated by Indo-European, Tokharian, and Iranic Sakha peoples who practiced the Buddhist religion. The Turpan and Tarim basins were populated by speakers of Tokharian languages, with Europoid 4,000-year-old mummies found in the region. We call it Kiruran Güzel or Kiruran Beauty. The area was subjected to Islamification at the hands of Turk Muslims. The cultural change was carried out between 9th and 10th centuries by two different Turkic kingdoms, the Buddhist Uyghur kingdom of Khocho and the Muslim Harluk Karahanid Khanate. In the middle of the 10th century, the Sakha Buddhist kingdom of Khotan came under attack by the Turk Muslim Karahanid ruler Musa. And in what proved to be a pivotal moment in the Islamification of Tarim Basin, the Karahanid leader Yusuf Qadir Khan conquered Khotan around 1006. The Islamification was completed by mid-13th century during the Mughal period. Tughlaq Timur was the Khan of the Mughal. He was a descendant of Chagatai Khan. Here are a couple of pictures about the Muslims in East Turkestan. Natural resources of East Turkestan. East Turkestan is China's largest growing base of cotton, with 90% produced in the southern region. East Turkestan is China's largest lavender and hop base, with 90% lavender planting areas and production concentrated in Gulja region or Ili region. East Turkestan has the second largest pasture land and is one of the major sheep farming areas and fine wool production base in China. East Turkestan is rich in energy resources. It has the largest reserves of oil, natural gas, and coal in China. Its coal reserves account for 40% of the country's total. The oil and gas reserves found in Tarim, Jungar, and Turpan Kumul basins in the region account for 25% and 35% of China's total. East Turkestan's reserves of mineral resources are great as well. There are more than 130 kinds of mineral deposits found. East Turkestan's reserves of beryllium and mica are the highest in China. Some of the region's granite products are famous brands in the world. The largest domestic wind turbine manufacturer in China is Gold Wind, located in East Turkestan. Here are pictures of factories, oil production field, and wind electricity mill. Percentage of share of gross industrial output of East Turkestan. In 2015, the nominal GDP was about 140 billion US dollars. GDP per capita based on population size of 25 million is $5,600. Southern part of East Turkestan with 95% non-Han population has an average GDP per capita of 2,800. Share of gross industrial product. 14.1% is oil processing, cooking, and nuclear fuel processing. 12.5% is electricity supply and heat power production. 11.7% is smelting and pressing of non-ferrous metal. 9.5% is raw chemical materials and products. 9.1% is extraction of petroleum and natural gas. 5.6% is food processing from agricultural products. 5.2% is manufacture of electric equipment and machinery. And 4.3% is manufacture of non-metal or mineral products. Railroads are well developed in East Turkestan. The longest railway is called Landro-Urumqi Railway, with a length of 1,183 miles. It was opened in 1966 and became higher speed railway in 2004, which I believe was developed with the help from ex-Soviet Union. The other main railway is called Southern Railway, with a length of 899 miles, opened in 2010, and it is the main transportation channel between north and south. Last and not the least, it's called Northern Railway, with a length of 477 miles. It was fully opened in 2009 and connected to Kazakhstan. There are also other smaller railways, and China is also working hard to develop more railways to connect East Turkestan with the West. China's Belt and Road Initiative. The main reason that China invested so much money to develop the transportation in East Turkestan is for the purpose of a Belt and Road Initiative. The Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI, is a global development strategy adopted by the Chinese government involving infrastructure development and investments in 152 countries and international organizations in Asia, Europe, Africa, the Middle East, and the Americas. The independent German researcher Adrian Zess summarized correctly that the BRI is an important factor behind central government's urge to bring the rescue region once and for all under its control. As you can see, geographically, East Turkestan is located between the West and China. And China has to develop a transportation hub in East Turkestan to connect the East and the West. Some people name it as a new Silk Road, and I think it's correct. As you can see from the map, via Horgas, they can connect to Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Moscow. Then from Moscow, it can connect to the Germany. Once it gets to Germany, the whole Europe will be connected. So it's very important for the BRI initiative. Let me stop for a few minutes to talk about Uyghur alphabet. Uyghur language is a Turk language with around 16 to 35 million speakers, spoken primarily by the Uyghur people in East Turkestan. Significant communities of Uyghur speakers are in Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Uzbekistan, and various other countries. Uyghur belongs to the Karluk branch of the Turk language family, which also includes languages such as Uzbek. By the way, Uyghur and Uzbek are very similar language. Even a non-educated peasant can communicate easily with Uzbek. Like many other Turkic languages, Uyghur displays vowel harmony and agglutination, lacks noun classes or grammatical gender. In addition to influence of other Turkic languages, Uyghur has historically been influenced strongly by Arabic and Persian, and more recently by Russian and Arabic. The modified Arabic-derived writing system is the most common and the only standard in East Turkestan. Although other writing systems are used for auxiliary and historical purposes, unlike most Arabic-derived scripts, the Uyghur Arabic alphabet has a mandatory making of all vowels due to modifications to the original Persian Arabic script made in the 20th century. Uyghur New Alphabet, a Latin version of the language, was used between 1965 to 1982 for political reasons, and it already became obsolete. Uyghur Modern Alphabet has 32 characters, as shown below. On the top row is what is called the Uyghur New Alphabet. Second row are the modern Uyghur alphabet or Uyghur Arabic script. But I have to say it here, this Uyghur writings or Uyghur scripts are different than the current Arabic script. In other words, written statement in Uyghur cannot be read by an Arabic speaker. I also put a link here from YouTube. You can watch it to listen how Uyghur language is pronounced. Here is a Turk language map I pulled from online. The colored region describes where the Turk-speaking people live. Starting way from back from here in the Siberian region, and in this area, in this wide area, starting from East Turkistan to Turkey, all these people, they belong to what we call the Turk language family. In brief, Uyghur, Kyrgyz, Kazakh, Uzbek, and to a certain degree Turkmen, these people belong to the East Turkish family. And the rest, like Turkey, part of Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan, Karakalpak, etc., they belong to the West Turk language system. This is a very good map to show where the Turk-speaking people resides. I'd encourage readers to click on this link and find out more information about the Turk languages. I put this together as a comparison of Uzbek, Uyghur, Turk, Kazakh, Kyrgyz, and Azeri. I'm not going to read this through because it's going to be very boring. However, let me just read a few lines of, so that you can tell the difference between different Turkic language. For example, for thank you in English, Uzbek say rahmat sizge. Uyghur rahmat sizge. In Turkish is teşekkür. In Kazakh rahmet sizlere. In Kyrgyz rahmat sağa. And then in Azeri is called çok sağ ol. You are welcome. In Uzbek is arzmaydı. In Uyghur it's erzimeydi. In Turkish it's slightly different. It's rica ederim. And so forth. You can, if you are interested, I can send you this and you can look it through. Other than the script difference, the pronunciation are pretty much similar. Okay, so much on the boring lecture now. Now I'm going to come to the topic of, Uyghurs are Central Asian Turkic people. What I'm going to do is play some Uyghur musics and run through some slides about the physical feature and culture of Uyghurs, including food, dances, hats, and wedding customs, etc. The first music is called Kapkara Koyköz. Looks like I can only play one music because this is the end of the slides. Thank you very much for listening. Please email me at tolok@msn.com and leave your questions, comments, suggestions, or critics without any hesitation. Please also visit my Facebook page if you enjoy my postings. You can also call me at 410-908-7364. Thank you.